is Thursday, and we did Thrashin a little bit differently. My buddy Joe recommended that I go check out the Illinois Bayou. That it was a fun float, and that we could self-shuttle.
No.
That's where the skateboarding comes in, but we'll get to that later. I went with my buddy Robert, who has never kayaked before. You think you got this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're gonna fucking give it a go, aren't we?
That's the plan. And Robert did really well. We get in and we start, cruising along. And immediately, it's big water. And it's not the most unmanageable water, but our boats didn't have skirts on them. And so when you get in that big of water, once a little bit of water gets into the boat, it makes it harder to steer. Now that it's harder to steer, it's easier for water to get into the boat. More water gets in the boat, you get the picture, you sink. Or you tip. And then your boat is completely flooded. And that's exactly what happened. But then you have to drag the boat over, you gotta make sure you collect all your things, and then drain that thing.
We tired today.
Yeah, it's gonna get us. But I had a really good time. I really enjoyed the Illinois Bayou. And once Robert got better, we couldn't flipping as much. Even in some more difficult water. There was this one little chute that went like under some trees and around this big rock. And he made it through that, without flipping. And so it was a really good time. There was even a little cliff to where there was a rope swing, which, true to form, I just went out there and jumped on it without checking the water. I just figured there's a rope swing here, so somebody does it. They do it, I can do it. And I did it, but then I stand up in the water and it's like chest deep. But we had a really good time. And the last rapids, as we hit this long, kind of calm stretch, and you could hear, and I'm feeling like maybe we're probably getting close to the end of our trip anyway, and you can hear just this loud roar.
Oh shit, it drops off, man.
The interval we were supposed to take out at the bridge at Highway 27. And so I'm thinking maybe those are cars going by. And as we get closer, you can tell that it's rapids, big rapids. And as you get even closer, you realize that the rapids have some sort of drop. And so I tell Rob, I'm like, drop, Robert, there's a drop. And so he cuts right to try and get around the rapids. And I just went for it. And there was a drop. And and again, it's not class 5, but with no skirt, you're just gonna take on a ton of water, and that's exactly what I did. I go over this falls and just boom, your boat goes underwater, water comes in, but it was so much fun. I managed to, the first try, everything flooded. I hiked that again. I hiked through the woods. I loved it, and I figured if I got rid of all the excess, all the extra weight, I might be able to make it. So I wanted to shoot it again. So I hiked all the way back up with my boat through the woods to the top of those rapids so that I could do it again. And it was definitely easier without the weight, but I did take on water and eventually did wind up sinking and basically riding the top of the boat over to shore. It was a great time. It was, I love that type of adventure. And typically I go on those by myself because, first of all, I don't give anyone notice. At the drop of a hat, I'm just gonna go do. There was 2 days of sun, there was 2 days of sun following like 3 days of heavy rain. So perfect time to go float. Just a matter of if anyone can drop everything they're doing and come with me. Robert could, and we had a great time. Now, we self-shuttled, so beforehand, we came down to the river and stashed skateboards underneath the bridge. That way, once we took out of the river
Perfect.
and stashed our canoes, then we went to our skateboards. The road back was not at all smooth, and so very uncomfortable for skateboarding. We wound up walking a lot. When there was a downhill, we bombed that, and that was a lot of fun. I think that saved us a lot of time. But ultimately, it was only a couple of miles. So it didn't take that long, and just for fun, I threw a thumb out here and there to see if we could catch a ride, but nothing.
No.
We made it back safe and a little hot, so we jumped in the water again. And again, I just jumped in. I didn't measure the depth or anything, and I hit the bottom. And this time it was probably only waist deep, but the cliff was much lower. But now I'm gonna go in and check on my sick camera and see if we can nurse her back to health. Hopefully, I'll see you on that camera next time around. Bye!